Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Public and Protective Services Committee for June 6th. I will call it to order, and we get to start with a proclamation. So I'll hand it over to Mayor Clayton.
Thanks so much, Chair Bressie. I would like to proclaim that June is Recreation and Parks Month for 2023. So whereas in Alberta, the city of Grande Prairie, we are fortunate to have a variety of recreation and park systems providing countless recreational opportunities for all residents and visitors from around the world, and whereas recreation and parks enhance quality of life, active living, leisure education, and lifelong learning, helps people live happier and longer, develops skills and positive self-image in children and youth, develops creativity and builds healthy bodies and positive lifestyles, and enhances overall mental health and well-being. And whereas recreation and parks build family unity and social capital, strengthens volunteer and community development, enhances social interaction, creates community pride and vitality, promotes equality, inclusivity, sensitivity and understanding to cultural diversity, and fosters a sense of belonging. And whereas the benefits provided by recreation and parks program and services reduce healthcare and social service costs, serve to boost the economy, economic renewal and sustainability, enhance property values, decrease vandalism, attract new business, increase tourism, and curb employee absenteeism. And whereas our parks, open spaces, and trails ensure ecological sustainability, provide space to enjoy nature, help maintain clean air and water, and preserve plant and animal wildlife, and whereas all levels of government, the voluntary sector, and private enterprise throughout the province participate in the planning, development, and operation of recreation and parks program, services, and facilities. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Jackie Clayton, in recognition of the benefits and values that recreation, parks, and leisure services provide, do hereby proclaim the month of June as Recreation and Parks Month in the City of Grande Prairie, and encourage all residents to recognize and celebrate the benefits derived year-round from our quality recreation and parks resources at the local, regional, and provincial levels. Thank you.
Great.
That's a lot.
Thank you, Mayor Clayton. And with that, I'll hand it over to Chief Lemieux for his service area update.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So first, I'd like to just talk about a staffing change. So I'm pleased to welcome Helen Napier as the new Executive Director for Protective Services. So that's the position that was held by Mr. Manuel, who is now transferred over to work with the police transition. So Helen Napier was the municipal administrator at the RCMP, looking after municipal staff there. She has now relocated to City on 99 and will still oversee the municipal component of the RCMP, but in addition to that, we'll work with enforcement services and our mobile outreach. So congratulations to Helen, and I welcome her and congratulate her in her new role. From Community Social Development, I'd like to just touch on some highlights from our 2022 FCSS annual report. We funded 23 different programs with 322 volunteers that support these programs, with more than 18,228 of total volunteer hours that contributed to FCSS programs in our community, with 12,585 individuals that participated in all of these programs. So very significant impact in our community on the FCSS side of things. With regards to enforcement services, members of enforcement services attended the 3 public engagement sessions with parks regarding naturalization areas throughout the city, and also enforcement officers assisted Parks Department with the removal and cleanup of illegal encampments identified within Muskoka Park. So for the month of May, there were 25 calls dispatched regarding illegal encampments throughout the city that were dealt with. With regards to GPREP and emergency management, as you're well aware, we spent most of the month of May dealing with the Dunes West wildfire through the GPREP group, and we're very successful in extinguishing that particular fire and threat to the community. So special thanks to all of those who participated, many city employees in the county and other municipalities were involved in that effort. From the fire department, firefighters are completing pump training that was delayed due to these recent wildfires. So you may have seen some of those pump tests happening near the summer fire stations. And the go-live date for our computer-aided dispatch system has been delayed to September now, and some of that is due to the wildfires that we had in May, but there are also some programming items that have to be completed yet. On the RCMP side, I was saddened to hear about the motor vehicle collision last Friday that resulted in a fatality. That continues to be investigated by the RCMP. And throughout the month of May, the Community Engagement and Diversity Unit at the RCMP attended various schools and completed numerous safety presentations. With regards to the Community Knowledge Campus, we hired 15 new aquatics staff in May, and will continue to recruit more seasonal aquatics staff in anticipation of a very busy indoor and outdoor pool season. And the Northern Lights Swim Meet, held in early May, had over 400 swimmers competing from all over Western Canada. Despite the evacuation orders across the province, that event was still very successful. And from Sport Development, Wellness and Culture, the Grande Prairie's oldest home, the Reverend Forbes Homestead and Pioneer Hospital, officially opens for the 2023 season on Wednesday, June the 7th, so tomorrow. Free guided tours are available at the Forbes Homestead during operational hours from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Wednesdays to Saturdays until September. And the city was happy to partner with Aquaterra Utilities this weekend to host the Here Comes Summer event on Saturday, June the 3rd. Many of you had an opportunity to attend. Event activities included a free community barbecue, outdoor games, scavenger hunt, and a live acoustic entertainment. And S3 was on site for roller skating demonstrations and skating at the park. The Aquaterra outdoor pool was very busy, and guests enjoyed free access to the outdoor pool as part of that event, and 4,100 hot dogs were served, and 121 scavenger hunts were filled out for the Grand Door Prize. So very, very busy weekend and very successful. A lot of really positive feedback on the Here Comes Summer event at Muscogee Park this weekend. One more update, and this is an important one on a project update on the community care campus. So final inspections are happening this week, and there are a few deficiencies that have been identified, but we're very, very close to substantial completion of that construction. Council tours have been scheduled now. I think you'll see that in your calendar for June the 28th, so we're looking forward to hosting you. I think you'll be very impressed with that facility. The RFP results for the new operator of that facility, unfortunately, there were no qualified service providers from that RFP. So we had interested parties, but not all interested parties submitted proposal. We had one submitted proposal, but that proposal did not qualify. So the Housing and Homelessness Director will now approach potential service providers directly to find a service provider. We have had expressions of interest, although they didn't formally submit. So the Northreach contract expires on June 30th. So our homeless and housing and homelessness initiative staff will act as a service provider while the search for a contract operator continues. This will probably take us a few months, but we're very confident that there are 2 or 3 local service providers that are interested, and there's one external service provider that is interested. So that's my report, Mr. Chair, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Excellent, thank you. I'm not seeing anybody, so I'll hand it directly back to you for the outstanding items list.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I apologize that we don't have a lot of reports. Actually, we didn't have any reports other than my service update today, but that's because most of my staff were busy with the wildfires. So I am going to ask that we adjust some items on the outstanding items list. Item 1200, the Grande Prairie Curling Center request for the year-round operation. The consultant has not returned our draft, or hasn't answered our request to make some changes to the draft report. So I'm going to ask that we move that to the Q3, please. The next item, Alberta 911 program standards. I'd like to put the person responsible as Mark Van Workhoven from the fire department. And if you could put that as a Q3 project, please. Item 1270, is one that'll come back also in the third quarter, and Katie is the person responsible for that one. I would like to ask that we amend item 1199 also to Q3. And item 1240, Coordinated Care Campus Detailed Budget. I'd also like to amend that to Q3, please. And also 1264, the Legion Track and Field. So we have been meeting with the Peace Country Wolves Athletic Club. So we're close to having the information we need, but I'm not sure it'll be ready for the next meeting. So I'd like to postpone that one to Q3 also. Item 1256, I'd like to change the name of the person responsible there to Tammy Wenzel, please. And I would like to also adjust items 1251, 1252, and 1234, the last three, to Q3, please.
Excellent. I know Councillor O'Connor wanted to do the business.
Yes, I'd like to move that county review the June 6th. Wow, what did I say? Oh my God, I'll start again. I've been on and so long, I forget how to do it. Okay. Committee received the June 6, 2023 outstanding items list as amended for information.
Great. And not seeing anybody flinching, I'll call that to question.
Wow.
And that motion carries. And with that, I'll call our most efficient meeting of the morning to a close.